What's happening, everybody? Welcome back. This is Forgo, and today we want to talk about 21, a really awesome character, super fun character to play, and actually has some really cool skill sets built into her kit. Now, she is a dark tank. Unfortunately, she will not replace Escamoy, but if you don't have Escamoy, she's going to be a really big must for your dark team. She's actually quite insane and a very free to play character because she is an A rank character and because you really don't even need her 6-star weapon. I mean, don't get me wrong, the 6-star weapon is good, and definitely if you want to make the most out of her and make her as strong as possibly can be, then you would want to have this weapon. But I mean, it isn't a must because you're still going to get the resistance, the dark resistance, even with the 5-star weapon that is available. So I'm not going to read all this, guys. I'm not going to get into it, but it is a better weapon for sure. It's a 6-star weapon. You're going to have more BP. It's got some extra effects like the enemy's healing received by 100% for 3 seconds. It reduces the enemy's healing received by 100% for 3 seconds. That is nuts, especially for like Babbles. But I mean, how often do we play Babbles? Is kind of the thing. And how relevant would that be? I mean, it could be really useful also in Normans, in all honesty. I mean, that actually could be really good in a Norman, but I don't think anybody really needs it in all honesty. You see the resonance pulse at 15%. With your 5-star weapon, it's actually going to be at 10%. So you will get more damage with this thing, but I don't think it's really needed at all for 21. I just don't think you need it at all. Now, I went ahead and Triple S Cluster. I went ahead and bought one of those packs that was about, I think it was around 50 American dollars in the pack. Just wanted to go ahead and support the game. Really love the character and think she's really fun. And honestly, I'm just a very impatient person and just don't like to wait. But here's her 5-star weapon. And her 5-star weapon, whenever she performs a Shadow Prism attack or disrupts incoming enemy attacks, which is a very cool skill set that she has built into her kit, the co-op bot unleashes a force wave that deals 50% AoE dark damage to enemies and only triggers once per second. Inver Resonance Unit increases the damage of number 21's Twilight Matrix and Resonance Pulse by 10%. So here's 10%, it's 15% with the 6-star weapon. So you, like I said, you will have, it's going to be a little bit, she's going to be a little bit stronger with the 6-star weapon, but I don't really think it's a need at all. This is the memory set that you're going to want to run with this girl. If you're using it as a damage dealer, you're going to want to have 2 Darwins on top, and you're going to want to have 4 Bathlons around her. If you're going to use her as a QTE slave, then obviously you would want to use, a different set like a Da Vinci with 2 Einsteins would be actually really like these 4 Da Vinci's, and then 2 Einsteins right here would actually be the best. Like these 2 Einsteins right here, 4 Da Vinci with 2 Einsteins would be really good for her as far as using her Da Vinci slave. But really, I think you'd probably want to use her as a damage dealer. Even if you don't have Escamoy, you'd probably want to use her as a damage dealer on your dark team. I mean, but some people do just like to main Watanabe, or they'll just, I mean, obviously they'll probably just main Luna if they're using Luna. So it really depends on, what characters you actually have as far as what build you're going to go with. If you're using Luna, then you probably could just use her as a QTE slave, even though you're probably using Vera as a QTE slave. So actually, probably this would be the best way to go with Luna, no matter what, because you're always going to be able to level up Vera and take her and use a Da Vinci on her. And if you're using Watanabe, then I would say probably the same thing, right? I mean, everybody can get Vera, so I'd probably just put Da Vinci on her with 2 Guinevere's, and then have this set up on my 21. Now, as far as her skills, she's got some pretty wild stuff going on, man. Wild stuff. So her red orbs, I mean, look at all this text. It's just insane, leaps into the air and expands Duskglow Realm on the target's location for a certain amount of seconds. It pulls the enemies in a large area once and then continues pulling the enemies within the realm, dealing a certain percentage of physical damage, deals dark damage whenever you're doing a 3 ping, which is nice, and will stay in the air briefly, during which an instant dodge will release 3 Twilight Matrices on the target's location, right? So whenever you're in the air doing this red orb, you want to quickly dodge, so that way you can put up those 3 Twilight Matrices, so that way you can do a lot more damage. The co-op bot Win21 releases the Twilight Matrix and triggers a realm collapse in the Duskglow realm, pulling the enemies in large enemy, dealing, surface injury dark damage. The yellow orbs, thank God it's a little bit less text, leads in the direction of the joystick, and which is nice. You can actually move this around with your joystick, and release the Duskblade wheel that deals a total of a certain percentage of physical damage, deals dark damage when you do a 3 ping. So 3 ping dark on the red orb and the yellow orb. And then number 21 will stay in the air briefly, during which an instant dodge will release 3 Twilight Matrices. So again, whenever you're in the air, guys, and you go ahead and dodge, especially considering this character's leadership, you're going to gain more of these Twilight Matrices and you're going to get more damage. And then her blue orb Enters the hyperposition state and copies the following 1, 2, 4 basic and Shadow Prism attacks. The effect does not stack Quadbot launches and dash attack at the current target, dealing physical damage equal to a certain percentage of number 21's attack, and reducing the damage target deals by 20%, which is really, really helpful for your damage. It can only be triggered once every 2 seconds. So the red orb and the yellow orb, you're going to be doing dark damage on a 3 ping, whereas this one here, it's always going to be physical damage. And then you get into a basic attack. Attacks with laser beam deal a certain percentage of physical damage. Co-op automatically attacks the current target, dealing physical damage equal to a certain percentage of number 21's attack. The co-op bot will always stay in the field. Then you got her signature, which is pretty funky to play. The signature move consumes 120 energy to expand the enhanced Dusclo Realm on the target's location, enters quick attack mode, spends all single orbs and Shadow Prism energy for 3 seconds of unlimited blue orbs and extreme attack speed. Each basic attack deals 20.59% dark damage. When quick attack mode ends, the realm explodes to deal a certain percentage dark damage and empties number 21's energy blue orbs and buffs. While performing the signature move, creating blah 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 Twilight Matrices will increase the explosion damage by a certain percentage. When there are 6 Twilight Matrices, the signature move will achieve an S rank, increase the explosion damage by 300%. Co-op bot will not perform other skills while the signature move is being used. When quick attack mode ends, it releases a force wave to detonate all Twilight Matrices. This is a lot of text. What it pretty well means, guys, in a nutshell, is that whenever her signature is ready to go, what you want to do is you want to hit your basic attack 4 times, and then you want to hit your orb attack 1 time. 4 attack, basic, 1 attack, orb. I'll show you guys that in a second here in a little bit. And there's QTE, expands the Dusclo Realm on the target's location, deals 30% dark damage, creates 3 Twilight Matrices, and triggers a realm collapse. And then, of course, her tank passive, reduces damage. Her core passive, number 21's basic attack will create 1 Shadow Prism energy upon reaching 4 Shadow Prism energy. The next basic attack will empty all Shadow Prism energy to perform a Shadow Prism attack. Boy, this is a tongue-twisting text, isn't it? And create 1 Twilight Matrix on the target's location for 3 seconds. That deals a certain percentage of dark damage and grants number 21's 2 signature move energy and 50 dodge energy. So she does gain dodge energy, which is very, very helpful for a character like this because, again, guys, whenever you dodge, whenever she's in midair, she's going to launch 3 Prism Matrix attacks. Then they're going to do a lot more damage to the opponents. And when the co-op bot's Force Wave destroys the Twilight Matrix, it will trigger Resonance Pulse, dealing a certain percentage of dark damage to nearby enemies. Instant dodge when number 21 is in Haywire status when attacked, down, or in midair. This is very, very important when you're playing with the character. Press the dodge button and spend 1.2 times dodge energy, 300 to perform instant dodge, to negate all uncontrollable states and create 1 Twilight Matrix on the target's location. Instant dodge grants number 21 super armor for 2 seconds and a shield equal to 15% of max HP. Essentially, guys, what that means is whenever you're being attacked or you're down on the ground or you're in midair, if you hit your dodge immediately, you're going to gain super armor for 2 seconds and you're going to gain a 15% max HP shield. So essentially what this means is, when you dodge and you're in danger, even if you get hit, you'll still gain that super armor so you won't get interrupted, and you're still going to gain that shield, which is going to add survivability. This really makes 21 very unique amongst a lot of the characters. I think it's actually awesome the way that she is designed, with her signature and the way that this passive works. This is really, really wild. Her leadership, again, this adds to her the way that she plays because her dodge gauge limit and extra damage bonus to team increases by 250 and 5%. So she has extra built-in dodges, which is awesome, guys. She gains dodges whenever she's doing attacks. Whenever you dodge, you gain that super armor while you're being attacked or down on the ground or up in midair. And you'll actually gain a 15% HP shield. It's just really awesome the way she's designed. Her passive, right, whenever she's at SS, when number 21 has a shield, extra damage bonus increased by 5%. If not, extra damage increases by 10%. A blue 3 ping will fully restore Shadow Prism energy and active when performing her signature move. At triple S, which is where you really want to have her, passive and creating a Twilight Matrix grants allies on field 20% extra damage reduction and 25%. This is really, really nice because whenever you use this character, then you're going to get that extra damage reduction for your other dark characters, which is really, really nice. And then extra dodge gauge recovery speed for 2 seconds. Again, they're aiding in the dodge effect of this character. It can stack up to 3 times. Duration will not reset when it is retriggered. Enemies within the Dusclo Realm will be afflicted with Chain Fusion. Dark resistance decreased by 10% for 5 seconds. Then if you want to go all out, triple S plus, when her signature move achieves an S rank, further increases the damage of explosion from Duskull Realm by 210%. The co-op attacks will grant allies on the field and a shield equal to 2%, stacked up to 2% of number 21's max HP. So again, at Triple S Plus, you're going to have even more survivability, and your other characters are going to have more survivability because they're actually going to be gaining a shield. That's actually pretty damn cool, right? So let me show you guys, a little bit of how she actually plays. Okay, we'll go to training stage, and I'll show you guys how to play her. She's actually pretty simple once you get the hang of her. She's not bad at all. But the first thing I want to show you guys is this dodge mechanic that she has, because I don't think it's something that people really utilize when they play with her because they don't realize she can do it. So if you let yourself get hit, right? Whoops. We got to do that again. I need to let myself get hit here. There you go. And you see that shield right there? That's what I'm talking about. While she's being attacked, she actually gains a shield if you dodge when you're being attacked. That is actually pretty damn cool. So you see the red orbs, right? She's got that nice little prism that kind of locks them up in the air. You see the yellow orbs, right? With some slashes that kind of stagnates them a little bit. And then the blue orbs, right? Let's do the blue orbs again, right? Which is pretty cool. And there you see the prism attacks, right? Okay, there's that prism attack right there. There we go. Nice. Okay, now I'm going to show you guys how to do the signature move. Okay. All right, so this is the signature move. And this is a pretty tricky thing to do. So once your signature is ready to go, what you're going to do is you're going to hit it, and you're going to hit your basic attacks. Now, your basic attack is going to fill up this meter right here. Once it fills up, go ahead and hit this button right here, and you're going to hit this 4 times, or your basic attacks 4 times, and then you're going to hit this 1 time each time you do the 4-time basic attack. So I'll show you guys what I'm talking about, right? So we'll hit the basic attack, and there we go. And it works just like that. Now, I know that looks pretty complicated, right? I'll show you guys again, okay? We're just building up our meter here, okay? So, I mean, whenever you're playing with this character, you always remember that dodge mechanic because it will aid in her survivability. It will give her that shield, which is really, really nice. Like, even if you get hit, right? That's pretty damn sweet. And the thing I really love about her skills is that, one, they're cool looking, but they just lock opponents in place a lot of times, which is awesome. Like in PGR, like having this kind of form of CC is nice. It really is. So again, guys, you're going to hit your basic attacks 4 times so you can build up this. And once you hit these 4 times, then you're going to hit this button 1 time. You're going to do this 4 times again, your basic 4 times, and then you're going to hit this button again. So I'll do it again for you guys. Here we go. Now there I kind of screwed up. I didn't get the S. You really want that S up there. I kind of screwed up a little bit, but I think you guys get the drift, right? It's not as bad as what people think, but I mean, it really will give you carpal tunnel, let me tell you, playing with her. But boy, she is fun, man. She's a really cool character with her skills that actually can kind of lock down characters in place. With the HP shield that's built on her kit, the fact that she can interrupt attacks whenever they're coming at her, that is really, really sweet. And plus having an HP shield, I mean, she's really a complete character, and she adds the extra damage reduction. It's just really nice, like a really amazing character, especially for a free-to-play character. And I think a lot of players are going to be very, very happy with 21, especially whenever they get used to playing her. She is just nuts, guys. She's so good. So I'm just going to go ahead and leave you guys with a run with her against my man Gabriel. So, guys, let me know what you think about 21. And I do stream on Twitch at 9 p.m. JD+7 time. The link is in the description below. And I hope you enjoyed the video. Thank you for watching. Y'all take care and have a good one. See you, everybody.